Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Yeah. Happy meal prep day. Happy relaxing day. Happy self-love day, self-care day, whatever it might be for you. So it looks like I'm having technical difficulties with Facebook, but you know, we will give it a try. Anyway, so welcome. I'm Candace, and I'm here to do meal prep for myself. Got some music going, gonna get revved up and ready to go this morning as I create a few items. So let's get started. I'm actually gonna just make a little bit of quinoa, flavor it up just for a couple of like quick stir fries later on in the week, maybe some nourish bowls, things like that. All right, so let's just start with a cup of quinoa and away we go. And what I love are prep bowls, and I love our protein containers as well. They're pretty awesome because I can reuse them for just about anything else that I want to do. And then, where's my water? 3 cups of water, which I actually don't need to really fuss because there's our multi-purpose stainless steel pot here has measurements all on the side as well, so you can literally see inside. There's measurements there, so you don't need to fuss with me dirtying more things. So I'm actually going to put in some of our chicken broth. There's a teaspoon and a half per cup of water, so that should cover it. You know what, I want a little bit of extra heat with this one, so I'm just going to add some not a lot, but I'm going to sprinkle it everywhere. Our chili flakes and garlic. So just a little bit of heat, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the stove and spray it all over myself, since today seems to be that day. Have fun in the kitchen and make a mess at the same time, right? It's the best thing. All right, so that's it for those. Now we're going to move on to making banana bread. Let me just see if I can get this thing going again. All right, so I'm going to squish up some bananas, beat up some eggs into it. If you don't eat eggs, no worries. You can use chia paste, applesauce, another banana, I guess, if you wanted. Mostly it's also about getting the right wet to dry as well. Otherwise you'll end up with less amount, or it'll be very dry. I'm actually going to use a very cool, somewhere, oh, there it is. It's called a meat separator, but it's actually pretty cool for doing the bananas as well. Anything you're just trying to smush up a little bit, but not. I like my bananas a little chunkier, so I don't bother with trying to squish it with a fork. Alright, so then you get a mixture of chunky with squished, right? There you go. And then it was eggs. Wow, this morning is fun. What do you guys like to do? Post on if you're there, say hi. What's your favorite meal prepping thing? What's your favorite like snack? Love to hear. So this is our sweet banana bread mixture. So it's gluten-free. You can make it dairy-free. Actually, it is. Sorry, because I'm not actually putting any. You can make it vegan if you want it. As I said, you don't have to use eggs. Chia paste, banana, applesauce. There's a lot of varieties out there. The next is I need a little bit of oil. It's about a quarter of a cup. Mix all that up. So I actually like to play around with the recipe a little bit. This is the one I've kind of taken from another consultant. She put coconut flakes in, peanut butter, and chocolate chips. I don't put the coconut flakes in, but I do like putting the peanut butter and the chocolate flakes. No, chocolate chips. So you don't have to put a lot. You can put as little as much as you want, or if you don't do nuts, you can do seed butter, whatever suits your fancy. And we'll use that. I'm very much of a hand pull type person. That was weird. Hey everyone. How are you doing today? I'm just meal prepping here. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post. And we'll see how today is going to go with the internet, because it seemed to be funky for me today. Anyway, this is what I'm making right now. I just got some quinoa going on the stove. And that'll be about 20 minutes or so. And then I'll have quinoa for the week, for just like simple, like stir fries. It'll already be done, so it'll be just like warming it up. It's kind of how I like my, what is going on? You know what? Maybe it's just not supposed to be today. I don't know. Seems to be weird. Let me know if you can see me, if things are going all right. The phone keeps not like going quiet, which is weird because it's on. So anyway, it just might be a weird day, huh? Even Facebook doesn't seem to want me to do anything. Anyway, we're gonna try, keep going, right? See what happens. So just doing the quinoa, it's already on the stove. It'll be about 20 minutes. I flavored it up with chicken broth and some chili flakes and garlic. And as I said, I'm just gonna have that kind of like already done, so then when I wanna make stir fries or salad during the week, I literally have it already cooked. I can just toss it in the stir fry quick and it'll warm up, or I can just add it cold to a Nourish bowl or a Buddha bowl, whatever you guys might call it. And that's the plan for that. I don't need a lot, just enough to kind of like add a little bit of healthy grains to whatever it is I'm making. So, and now I'm making our sweet banana bread. I'm making them in our perfect petite pan. There's 30 here, about 2 tablespoons each. I put in some chocolate chips and some peanut butter, but you can put in whatever you like for a little added bonus. You could put some protein powder in. You would just need to add a little more liquid. These are gluten-free. I did make them with eggs. They're not vegan, but they could be if you just use chia paste or another banana or something. It's just about getting the... See? I don't know what's going on. Do you know what? Maybe I'll end and restart. Okay, hi, can you see me? Is it working? I feel like there's something up with the internet. Anyway, which is weird for today, but it's cloudy out there. Maybe there's just something on. Anyway, so hopefully I'm still on, and hopefully this is still going. I'm just making a sweet banana bread, chocolate peanut butter bites in our perfect petite pan here. I'm gonna go in the oven for about, I would say 15 to 20 minutes, just based on how crusty you kind of like the edges too. And based on the right amount of liquid to dry here, I should actually get exactly 30 little bites. And therefore I would only have to use the oven once. Standardly, I like to use the oven a couple of times so that I'm not like, if I've got it on, I will not waste the energy. But today, I'm kind of just mixing it up. A little bit of the oven, a little bit of the stove, and a little bit of the microwave. And no, I'm not worried about them looking pretty, because it's just not my forte. All I really want is that I'm gonna eat them, and that's about it. And these are pretty cool for taking on road trips, freezing for later, that kind of idea. petite pan. Yeah, I know I couldn't do it on Facebook. It's not letting me record on Facebook. I don't know why. It won't even start. So I will have to get in there and apologize to everybody, and I'll show the video later. So anyway, here we go. My perfect petite banana. And we're gonna turn down that. We got it boiling and we're good. Okay. So that's two things going. The quinoa that's got chicken broth and chili flakes in it. That's on the stove. It'll be about 20 minutes and it's done. The next thing was the sweet banana bread with peanut butter and chocolate chips in the perfect petite pan in the oven, again, about 20 minutes or so. So on that note, I probably should put a timer on so I don't forget. All right, for 15 minutes to keep an eye on that. Next thing, I'm actually going to just prep beans for the week. So if I decide, oh, maybe I want Aztec soup or simply butter beans or something like that in the middle of the week, I just like to have my dry beans ready. Pretty simple. Take about a cup or whatever amount that you want. Put it into a bowl, put some water into it. Every couple hours, just change out the water. In about 24 hours, they'll be nice and soaked and soft, and just throw them in the fridge. And then when you're ready to quickly cook them up, either making maybe broccoli and beans and beef kind of dish, or throw it into a stir fry as it was going on about, or Aztec soup or something, is all ready for you. So that's that. Any kind of beans you like. All right, so let's do the next thing that has to go into the microwave is donair. We really like this one because it's easy to do, and don't need to actually put it in the oven because the microwave is fine. It'll steam it, it'll be 15 minutes, and then it's done. And then it goes into the fridge, and when we want it, you slice it up into this thin slices. You quickly fry it up anyways, and you can add it to like a wrap or stir fry again if you wanted, or a salad or a nourish bowl. And that's it. And you can use any ground meat you like. So it's a pound of ground beef or meat or vegetable, plant-based, whatever you want. All right, so the beans are going aside, and that's good. Ground meat of some sort, or sorry, protein. I keep trying to say protein and I'm saying meat, but anyway, protein, ground protein, whatever you like. And then we're just going to mix it all up. A little bit of water, not a lot, and then that's it. And then I'm just going to keep it into the form of a loaf here, or you could do it however you like. But that's pretty cool. Loaf is fine. You know what? Hands are better. And I just keep smushing it around so that it's got all of the flavors together. And that's it. Pretty simple. And you don't have to use the donair flavoring. You could use whatever flavoring you like. We've done it once with just using some garlic and some lemon dilly. You could use maybe even the sweet and sour mix if you wanted. There's a stir fry mix. You could use any of the flavorings you like. Okay, that's pretty much it. Use the pan to mold it. That's all. So it's all done. Throwing that into the microwave for about 15 minutes with the lid on, and we're good. All right, microwave. All right, so there we go. Hey, am I still here or have I disappeared? Alright, that's it for those things. Actually gonna move on to some vegetables and some... Oh good, I'm still here? Alright, awesome. It keeps losing itself, which is throwing me off my game. So not fun. Alright, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. Gonna make some sauces and some glazes because we're gonna actually have some grilled ribs later in the week, like tomorrow and that. So what I'm gonna do is actually just make some glazes up for it so that we can have a couple of different flavors. Thank you. Hey, go on the fly, right? Just keep moving. So what I'm actually gonna do is make, what am I gonna make? I'm gonna do our chicken barbecue and rib seasonings. So basically it's just, you literally can do a dry rub and rub it on, whatever, or you can have a wet rub, which is kind of what I'm going to do. So a little bit of lemon juice or not, a little bit of oil or not, a little bit of water would probably work too. It's kind of just making sure it's kind of like sticking to it, but if you're making a paste, you want something to make a paste. So another option is actually just to use a little bit of tomato sauce if you want a little bit of the sweetness added onto it without overdoing it, right? Just a little bit. So I will just add a bit of tomato sauce here. You can use whatever you like. And then a couple of tablespoons of the mix. And then I have my paste. So this will go on to some ribs. What you also can do, or what I like to do, if a jar is on its way out, so I used this one up, and I made some already, and it's just in there wet, so I'll just pour it all in there if I have leftover and use it for another day, or use it for actually having it as separate, so I can make 2 bits. This one will go right on the ribs, and this could be like glazed on or basted on afterwards, or into your vegetables or whatever it is you like. So that's that one. Barbecue, but we also want something a little different, so we're going to actually do teriyaki as well. So again, I'm on my way out with this one, and this is what I like about Epicure, is that we don't use anything anti-caking, so sometimes things will actually like cake and actually cling to the side, and that's what our awesome 4-in-1 spoon is. We'll go around the sides and that. So we'll actually make up a whole bunch here. I got a new one. Good morning. I got a new one, and I will just make a bit more up, and then I can actually, whatever I have left over, can throw into the jar here and actually use it. So a few tablespoons of that. It wants some soy sauce, and I'm going to make sure what else it wanted before I keep going. Oh, a bit of oil, and away we go. So I won't put in very much oil. We don't need it. But pretty much, then I have teriyaki glaze all ready to go onto the ribs as well. And just depending on how much you're making, you're always going to make a whole bunch or a little bit just based on what you need. So we don't need that much, just enough to go like on half the rack, and half the rack will be the barbecue. And I can actually put more into here or save it for later. So that's that one. So here we go, 2 glazes ready for the ribs for later. Next is actually, I'm going to actually do one for a zucchini, which actually goes great with the ribs, of course, especially if you're grilling. You can grill it however works best for you. I kind of like, this is actually a really big zucchini, so I'm going to quarter it that way. And put pretty big chunks so it doesn't fall off of the skewer. And just put them into my prep bowl here. Awesome things about our knives, it's really good for soft veggies. Okay, so it's Sunday, which means in 2 days we're going to be going for the largest cooking class ever in the world. Guinness Book of Records kind of large cooking class. Epicure, our head office, is actually doing this. It's pretty cool. It's Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Atlantic, or not Atlantic time, what am I talking about? Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join us, there's a group that you can join in Facebook. Just DM me and I'll send you a message of where it is. It's about 20 minutes. Going to just go for a large cooking class, pretty cool. And everyone who participates comes in, comments, likes and things. We're going to give away a 1 meal solution to a family in need through Canada and US. And why we're doing this is because we've gone 1 year of being global, gone to the US. Of course, we've always been in Canada, but we went to the US for a year. Everything's looking good. So that's what we're doing, and we're hoping to beat the record, which supposedly was done in Germany for about 6,500 people. So of course we're aiming for much higher than that, and could totally use everyone to be a part of that. So hopefully you can come join us Tuesday night, the 18th, this week. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come join, DM me if you need the information, but we would love for you guys all to be there. There are also lots of other awesome things that are happening due to that. There's specials on joining, there's specials on having a host cooking class like for yourself. There's a lot of great things happening. So we're gonna actually use the O Canada, because I like this one, on the zucchini. I'm gonna change it up and use a little bit of mustard. Whatever mustard you have is great. I have the organic honey one, maybe. And I'm just gonna put a spoonful of that in there. And of course you need a little bit of oil just to move it around, and also, you could also use a little bit of water, I guess, if you wanted. So O Canada, a bit of mustard, a little bit of oil. Mostly just because you want it to stick to your veggies. And then, hi! I'm back. Hopefully you guys can see that. What's in the O Canada? The O Canada actually has so some black pepper, some herbs, some sea salt, onion, garlic, maple sugar, and organic cane sugar. So this one does have a little sweetness, of course, because of the maple sugar part, but it's a glaze. So all of our glazes has a little bit of organic cane sugar in it for the purpose of it caramelizing on it. So it's great, but you can counter it, of course, with other things. There's actually recipes written right on the jar, which is so awesome. So this is where I'm getting the mustard glaze from. So it's like a tablespoon of the mix plus some honey mustard or whatever, and you just put it onto your vegetables. So the vegetables are cut, the glaze is ready. When I'm ready to actually do it, I'll just skewer it and baste them on as we're going. So there we go. So that's the honey mustard glaze for the zucchini. That is the barbecue and chicken rub for part of the pork ribs, and then the barbecue and chicken, there you go, barbecue chicken and ribs. So we're doing a rib one, half on that. The other one I really like is teriyaki, so that's what's going on the other one. So that's our glazes. We did the quinoa with the chicken broth and the chili flakes and garlic. And then we have the sweet banana bread going as well. Lastly, what I was just going to do is actually just chop up some vegetables for a stir fry we're going to have later in the week. That way it's, again, as I said, I really like the idea of just quickly throwing a meal together, especially if it's a lunch. Yeah, looking forward to it as a lunch. So you just can grab whatever vegetables you like, give them a good, chopping. It doesn't matter, however you like, and put them into the size that you like. That way it's already done, and I'll just have them in a container or a jar or something, and then be good to go. So that's partly what I like about meal prepping, is that I can have all my vegetables ready to go with whatever recipe I'm working on or wanting to make that week. So not always meal prep is about making the whole entire thing, like a whole meal, and you just warm it up. It can actually just prepping vegetables, prepping protein, prepping some desserts or something, getting sauces going, things like that. So it's already set and ready to go, like making up your own salad dressing for the whole week. Get yourself some kind of a cruet or a jar or even a mason jar, and make up the salad dressing you're going to use for the week for you and your family. It can be creamy, it can be vinaigrette, you can do it however you like. That's the one thing I like about ours dressings. Literally, it's dehydrated seasonings and spices, super clean, and I can just make whatever I want and how I want. So if I wanted to add in something like mustard to it, I can. If I want to use rice vinegar instead of plain vinegar, whatever, Me who doesn't do dairy, I stay away from all that, so I don't have to. I can use coconut yogurt instead, almond milk, things like that. So again, it's all kind of up to you. So I stay away from the gluten, I stay away from dairy. I control my sugar and salt with all of these, which is pretty awesome. So that's what meal prep can be about for you. Said it doesn't have to be that you're making a whole entire meal. You could just be prepping certain things. If chopping veggies is not your thing, chopping them with someone, maybe getting some music going, things like that is always great. Making it fun, breaking it up, which is what I like to do. I don't do all my veggies and meat and protein or everything all at once. I get my vegetables usually sometime in the middle of the week. I'll do those ahead, and then I'll do the protein here on a Sunday, things like that. But then while you're here waiting for everything to be done, you can work on chopping your veggies and making sauces, right? All right, let's take a look at our sweet banana bread. Ooh, baby. Then I need another 5 minutes, as I kind of expected. Quinoa is done. So there we go. You can see that. Just some chicken broth, some chili flakes, and then I'll just sit there and cool, and I'll be able to add it to stir fries, or salads or whatever throughout the week. And you don't need a lot. And then just keep a quick look eye. Oh, a couple more minutes for that. Banana bread, another 5 minutes. Otherwise, my zucchini's ready, my sauces are ready, and everything is set. So if there's anything here you saw that interests you, if you'd like to have your own cooking class, I'm scheduling those for the end of August and of course into September. Definitely want to see everybody Tuesday night, 8 o'clock in that group, and being a part of that, because that's going to be cool. There's going to actually be a cooking class done by other consultants and people from head office, which is super, super awesome. See what tips and tricks they're going to give us. I love watching their videos. If you're interested in more types of meal prep like I'm doing here, podcasts while in the kitchen. I do this twice a month pretty much. It's usually every second Sunday. I know there's an extra Sunday in August. I'm going to skip it and just do it in September. So my next one will be September the 6th, I believe it is. And then after that, it'll be, I think it's the 20th of September. Basically, it'll be the second Sunday after that if you want to watch. I do record these and they go on my YouTube channel, or they're here, of course, in my Instagram stories if you ever want to just go back and see what else I make. If we got questions, 20 minutes. It'll be 20 minutes. So you can obviously, if you got stuff you got to do, just hop in for a few minutes and kind of participate maybe for the first 10 or come in. That would be great. Hear what's going on. But yeah, it's 20 minutes. It's basically how long it's going to take us to make a dinner, right? And then of course, if you love this idea and you want to make a little extra cash, like I do, this is what I do, Epicure. I share it, I eat it, and that's kind of the whole thing, right? Okay. That is it for the donair. Do be careful when you pull these out of the microwave. They do get quite hot because it's steamed. Whew. But there we are. One donair thing. I'm just going to let it sit so it doesn't... Alright, 2 more minutes for the sweet banana bread, and then I can show you those are done. And then also all I got left to do really is clean up my mess, which most of it goes in the dishwasher, so I won't have to spend that much more time here. But if you have any questions, of course, feel free to message me. If anything is of interest, you would like to get your own hands on some of your own Epicure, let me know. You can either do it through a cooking class or just order and get this in your kitchen. I could totally say grab the summer favorites as soon as you can, like the glazes and the rubs. because summer's almost over and we changed into a new season. These phones. Anyway, change into a new season in September. So stay tuned for what's happening at the end of August and the beginning of September. There's going to be lots happening as we change over to a new season. We will be having a huge season launch for everyone, since we can't in essence do still in person, or at least the amount of people that we would like. So it'll be online again like we did in April, but it'll be in September this time for a fall. So if you love our fall favorites, totally stay tuned for that. Let me know if you're interested and I can put you on a list, and I'll invite you as soon as that's open. But totally jump into that group and be a part of our largest cooking class ever. Let us break the Guinness World Record together and help other people. So there we are. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all being here with me. I appreciate you being a part of my technical issues. And we're still here and it's still going. I still needed a meal prep anyway, so why not share it? And yeah, let me go grab the sweet banana bread, chocolate chip, peanut butter bites that I made. And yeah, I'm gonna just turn the fan on for a sec. Okay, there we go. Sweet banana bread bites made with a bit of peanut butter and chocolate chips. If you wanted, you could make some caramel ice, cream cheese icing, put them on top. You could just eat them as is. You put some chocolate on it if you're into chocolate. Based on my posts later this week, I see most people on Facebook are interested in chocolate, where most people on Instagram are caramel. So I don't know if this is an Instagram Facebook bake-off or if it's just people. So pretty cool. So there you are. Enjoy. Have an awesome Sunday. I'm here if you have any questions about Epicure, about meal prepping, about changing your habits inside the kitchen so that it's working for you instead of you working for it. I'd love to chat. Otherwise, have an awesome day, everyone. Bye. Thanks for joining.